Hello and welcome to the Common Colt Podcast. I'm Josh Hudgens, joined by Dan Hertzler. How are you doing today, Dan?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. In the words of the, well, not words, but in the actions of the great Stephen Curry, we're putting this to sleep, man. This thing is over. Season is done.
The nightmare is done. So hopefully we're waking up from the dream, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, hey, before we get much further, I just want to plug a giveaway we're doing. Check out on our channel, the description, a link will probably pop up. We're giving away a free Colts jersey to one subscriber. It's super easy to enter. Check that out. But anyway, Colts lose to the Texans. Weird to say. We tied them and we lost to them. I don't know what that means for us, but we suck. What's your one word of the game, Dan? Or the season, maybe?
Well, yeah, for me, this was a great kind of a full picture of what the whole season has been. And to me, it's just a circus. And I don't know, it's been probably a while since anyone's been actual to a real circus. But if you know a circus, you got all these different things going on all at the same time. You got just wild, crazy coaching fires, OC fires, QB changes, rumors happening, all these wild things. And you got to play on the field. They beat the Chiefs. They tie the Texans. They lose the Texans. It's just such a wild season. I think you can see a few things maybe you want to just focus your eyes on and you want to block everything else out. You might be okay about this upcoming season. But I think if you step back and see the whole thing, it's just a mad circus. This team, to me, and we've talked about it, we're going to keep talking about it. There's a complete overhaul that has to happen. This game was just hilarious. I just couldn't help but just start laughing.
Yeah.
Laughing that they were down and then laughing at the fourth down play that they just threw up the Hail Mary, goes right through Thomas's hands and then 2-point conversion. It was just hilarious. That's how unemotional I was involved in this game. Just hilarious.
Yeah, it was weird watching that. And for me, my word's tank off. I don't know if that's one word, but I'm putting a hyphen in there and I'm combining them.
Yeah, you playing off of like playoff,
yeah,
tank off.
Tank off.
That's good, man. That's good. That's clever. That's very clever.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And, it felt like a preseason game. We're trotting Sam Ehlinger out there. And remember when they were kind of in the season still, he actually, they ran the ball a lot and they were kind of babying him.
Yeah.
This game, they told Sam, hey, go out there and do your best Brett Favre, man. And he did.
Yep.
He was gunslinging it. I mean, you hit on I think there's 2 4th downs on that game-winning drive by Houston.
Yeah.
The Colts guy forcing a fumble on his own, on his own player. I mean, this game just had it all. And even on that last drive where the Colts were driving to get a field goal, they ran like 2 outside breaking routes, and Houston left a quick out route open that could have set up a Colts for a field goal to win the game.
Yep.
Ellinger just missed the throw. I mean, it was just, I don't know if there were purposeful miscues or what, but it was just a battle of 2 teams for picking in the top 5 is what that was.
That was Irsay handing Sam that extra few hundred. Hey, make this throw go a little wide. Hey, make this do this thing happen. I'll take care of you and your family.
Yeah, it probably was. And that game, it was interesting.
So are you happy that they lost because it helps them out?
Yeah, I'm happy. You know what? The thing is, the Colts now have an opportunity to trade up for the first pick in the draft. And honestly, you think about, and I don't want to be too dramatic here, but this game, and this happens every so often, this game could completely change the futures and the dynamics of the next 5-10 years for both franchises. You think about a few seasons ago, the Jets were playing the Rams, and the Jets beat the Rams in kind of an upset game. And I know most of you guys don't remember that game, but what happened was that blew their opportunity of getting Trevor Lawrence. They had the first pick in the draft. They don't get Trevor Lawrence. Now you see how Jacksonville's franchise turned around. So that's how important losing kind of is sometimes to get your chance at getting your guy. Now, Trevor was a generational prospect. I don't think we quite have that this year, but it's still important to get that franchise quarterback. And Houston had that in their grasp, and they just kind of blew it, which puts Chicago at number 1 and gives the Colts a chance to trade with the team who has a franchise quarterback maybe, and they're in the NFC, so it's not like we're trying to trade with a divisional rival.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the report during the game, or someone mentioned how Lovie Smith, the coach for the Texans, had a meeting with ownership. Do you think ownership was like, look, you're done, you're fired, and Lovie Smith's like, screw you, I'm going to go win this game? I mean, it's just wild. I'd love to know kind of the behind the scenes. I know we're not a Houston Texans podcast, but I think that stuff's wild to me. It's fascinating kind of what happens in these games. And like you said, I think the Jets and the Jacksonville, a few years ago, that's a perfect illustration. You have that pick right in your hands, and then you blow it, and it could really be a huge change. I'm really curious, as we start moving into, the combine and the off season and the drafting. I think Colts fans need to not only think about the trading, because I think that's a real possibility, but they need to start paying attention to who's the third quarterback, because I think 1 and 2 is going to be in some form. It's going to be Young and CJ Stroud. I think the Bears will trade out, even if it's not with the Colts, they'll trade out with somebody. So 1 and 2 is going there. But that third quarterback, if someone sneaks up, kind of like a Josh Allen did where no one saw him, maybe the Colts don't have to trade and they can keep some of their picks because, like you and I are going to talk about here, the Colts are more than just one quarterback. We think quarterback's most important and they've got to get a quarterback. But when you look across this team, they're more than just one draft pick away. So I would hate for them to lose draft picks. If they think a third quarterback fits the bill and is in that same class, man, I'd love for them to keep their picks. Josh, as you're looking ahead, has anything changed in your mind as far as what is number 1 or number 2 or anything that's kind of moved up the rankings that says, hey, don't forget about this. This is just as important.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, common sense says it's the quarterback position, and I agree with you 100%. But at the end of the day, your quarterback has to go into a situation that isn't the Cleveland Browns. So you need somebody, if Chris Ballard's going to stay there, you need a head coach to come in who's going to provide stability and kind of reform that locker room, get it back, whip it back into shape. You still have some marquee players, somebody who can come in and kind of have that presence like Aaron Rodgers does sometimes. It's relax. We're going to be okay. We got some pieces, and just kind of fix some of these wounds that this season has caused. Honestly, you cannot say that there's no toxicity within the organization. We've seen Frank Reich even say, like, hey, Irsay's a one-man crew on that Sam Ehlinger decision. So and that stuff doesn't just stay with the coaches. I mean, that gets to the players. So there's going to have to be some big-time shifts this offseason to kind of steady the Colts organization. You might have some guys asking for trades, some old guys, some vets are like, hey, I'm out. I don't want to be any part of this.
Yeah.
So I think that you're going to have somebody that can just kind of provide some stability.
Real quick, I'm going to go old matrix on you. Red pill or blue pill? Red pill is Jordan Love, and they give up a second, but they can draft somebody with that top pick. Or you want CJ Stroud or Bryce Young. Which one you taking, red or blue pill? You want Love and that top pick, or you all in on CJ Stroud?
Give me CJ Stroud, baby. I want the young guy who hasn't played. The potential is endless. We've seen what he could do in a big game. And hey, next year I want Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm going to get a poster. I don't have a lot of posters, but I'm going to get a poster of that for sure. I want the young guy, but that Jordan Love thing I think is real, especially if Aaron Rodgers wins on Sunday Night Football, which he very well might against the Detroit Lions and gets back in the playoffs again. But it's just interesting. This offseason, obviously super pivotal. We can't stress that enough. And we got some big time topics coming up over the next several days and weeks just about Colts football. And hey, the future could be changed completely by the Colts losing to Houston. So
yeah. And like I told you, I'm still a believer they need a playmaker wide receiver. I'm actually something that I hadn't thought too much about, but I've seen over the last few games kind of has to maybe get elevated. It's not top 1 or top 2, but they need a pass rusher, kind of an edge guy.
Yeah.
Their edge guys have not done much, kind of gotten some mop-up sacks, but no one really wins off the edge. And I think that's something else that the Colts need to start looking at too.
Yeah.
So someone there that can just beat the tackle on one-on-one. And just cause some havoc in the backfield.
Yeah, I agree. And they took Kwity Paye a few years ago, and he's been kind of nicked up. And when he has played, he hasn't been super consistent. So hopefully he can get healthy and have a big, I guess it'd be his third year next season. For me, I just think that the Colts had a lot of guys missing this year due to injury or whatever the case may be. Shaquille Leonard, Gilmore at the end of the season was on IR. Kenny Moore was on IR. Jonathan Taylor was on IR. So this team, assuming all those guys come back, you could take that nucleus, add them back, and then add in a young quarterback and some playmakers, like you said, and I think they could quickly turn around. So we'll see.
Zach Moss looks like a nice little pickup. I'm liking the kind of the way he's been running. I think that's a good pickup.
Yeah. So they got some pieces. We're not talent void at all in Indianapolis, which is kind of nice. Guys, we appreciate you watching, and hey, treat yourself tonight. go home, drink a nice glass of chocolate milk or whatever you drink, whatever your preferred beverage is on a Sunday afternoon.
Hey, the past is past. If it's dead, sometimes you got to kill it.
Yeah.
As Kylo Ren used to tell us all in Star Wars, kill the past and move on. It's time for a new day. Yes. Colts, we got a big offseason. Let's get excited.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Everybody, thanks for watching the Common Colt Podcast. Make sure to check out that giveaway. Like, subscribe, comment, and until next time, thanks for watching.